The vast darkness of space was suddenly broken by a fleet of enormous ships. They moved in perfect formation like a storm across the stars. Each warship gleamed under the light of distant suns, their surfaces covered in strange symbols no human had ever seen. The aliens called themselves the Xylar Dominion, and they had conquered hundreds of worlds. But now they had set their sights on Earth. On the bridge of the lead ship, Admiral Vortan looked at the screens. His sharp eyes scanned the planet below. "Primitive humans," he sneered, his voice cold. "A blue, fragile world. This will be easy. Prepare for invasion." The rest of the fleet followed orders without question. Millions of alien soldiers waited, ready to destroy anything that moved. They had never met resistance like this before. They had never failed. But as the ships entered Earth's orbit, something unexpected happened. Their sensors started to behave strangely. Numbers flickered. Readings jumped. Strange patterns appeared on the screens. "Commander, what is happening to the sensors?" shouted one of Vortan's officers. Vortan narrowed his eyes. "It is impossible. This planet, it's hiding something." Deep inside their command centers, humans were calm. They had expected this day for years. On Earth, the global defense network had been preparing quietly. Officers and scientists watched every movement of the alien fleet. Red and green lights blinked across their screens. Maps, energy readings, and communications were displayed everywhere. Yet no one panicked. Humans had patience. Humans had strategy. In the silence of Earth's underground control room, Lieutenant Kara Jensen stared at the monitor. "They think we are weak," she said softly. "They think we are nothing." She tapped a few commands on her keyboard. Outside, in orbit, a small fleet of human ships began to rise. The aliens laughed when they first saw them. "Pathetic," Vortan barked. "They send such small ships? They cannot hope to fight us." The humans did not answer. They simply moved. One ship in particular, smaller than the others, hovered quietly at the edge of the fleet. It had a sleek black surface that reflected no light, making it almost invisible against the void of space. Then suddenly, it was gone. 1 second it hovered at the edge of the human formation. The next it vanished, no warning, no explosion, no trace. Vortan's eyes widened. "Impossible," he whispered. "It disappeared?" The rest of the alien fleet tightened their formation, scanning every direction. But the small human ship had already reappeared, now behind the lead alien ship. Its energy signature was faint but sharp, a pinpoint of precision in the vast space. On Earth, Lieutenant Jensen smiled faintly. "They think this is a game," she said. "But we are not playing by their rules." The alien commanders argued among themselves. "It is a trick," one shouted. "A diversion." Vortan's claws slammed against the console. "Silence. We are the conquerors. We do not fear tricks." But even he felt the unease creeping in. Humans were not like the other species he had destroyed. They were small, weak, fragile, but somehow they were different. The strange signals continued to scramble the alien sensors. Numbers jumped, then stabilized, then jumped again. Every time the aliens tried to read the energy of Earth's fleet, it changed, like the planet itself was alive and hiding its secrets. Meanwhile, on Earth, more ships began to rise. Each was faster, sharper, and smaller than the last. They moved with coordination that no alien computer could predict. They did not attack yet. They only observed, waited, and tested. Vortan's brow furrowed. "Prepare the fleet for engagement. We will crush them before they even understand what is happening." But the aliens did not know. They did not understand that humans had trained for this moment for decades. They did not see that every ship, every command, every signal was part of a larger plan. The humans did not need brute strength. They had intelligence, speed, and something the Xylar Dominion had never faced: unpredictability. From orbit, the small human ship fired a single silent pulse of energy. It hit the lead alien ship's shield. The pulse didn't destroy anything. It didn't even cause an alarm, at least not at first. But the energy ripple spread, shaking the alien sensors, confusing their instruments, and showing them that these humans were unlike anything they had ever known. Vortan leaned back in disbelief. "What is this? What power do they hide?" The fleet fell silent, waiting for orders. But the humans remained calm, watching, calculating, and ready. The war had begun, but not in the way the aliens had expected. In the darkness of space, a new kind of war was about to unfold, one that the Xylar Dominion could not understand. Humans were small, fragile, and underestimated. But they were prepared. And this was only the beginning. The alien fleet hovered above Earth like a dark storm, their massive hulls blocking the sun's faint light. Admiral Vorton paced on the bridge, his long claws clicking against the metal floor. His eyes burned with arrogance. "They are nothing," he growled. "Merely insects pretending to fight." But deep down, a shadow of doubt crept into his mind. The small human ship that had vanished before, reappearing behind his flagship, was more than a simple trick. Vorton had never encountered a species that could move like this, unseen and precise. On Earth, the humans moved silently, like shadows in the night. Lieutenant Kara Jensen sat in the command center, her fingers dancing across the control panel. "Phase 2, she whispered. "Let's see how they respond to this." Outside, more human ships rose into orbit. Each was smaller than the alien vessels, but built for speed and agility. They did not fire yet. They moved in strange patterns, zigzagging and circling in ways the aliens could not predict. The alien sensors struggled to track them. Every movement seemed calculated yet random, deliberate yet chaotic. "Report." Vorton snapped, his voice sharp as the stars. "Where are they going? Why aren't they attacking?" "Admiral," one officer said nervously. "They are performing some kind of maneuver. Our sensors cannot predict it. It is abnormal." Vorton's claws gripped the console. "Abnormal? They are humans. They are weak." Weak, the word echoed in his mind. And yet he could feel it, something powerful, something sharp, moving beneath the surface. Something he had not expected. Suddenly, one human ship shot forward like a streak of black lightning. It hit a scouting vessel of the Xylar fleet before anyone could react. The alien ship did not explode, it simply stopped responding. Its shields flickered, sensors went dark, and the crew panicked. What happened?" Vorton growled, his voice trembling slightly. "Impossible. It should not be able to do that." The humans did not celebrate. They did not make noise. They simply observed, waiting for the next moment to strike. Another ship moved in, this time behind a different alien cruiser. A pulse of energy, invisible and silent, disrupted the vessel's systems. The aliens were confused. Their technology, superior in power, failed to respond to the humans' clever tricks. "Commander," another officer shouted. "They are attacking in ways our weapons cannot track." Vorton's tail lashed angrily. "Then adapt. Destroy them." But it was too late. The humans were already adapting faster than the aliens could react. Ships appeared in places the Xylar Dominion had not anticipated. Signals scrambled alien communications. Shield generators flickered under invisible pulses. It was as if Earth itself was alive, guiding the humans' moves. Back on Earth, Kara Jensen leaned closer to her screen. "They think they control the skies," she said calmly. "But we have prepared for this. Let's remind them what humans can do." She tapped a few keys. Energy readings shifted. Human ships began coordinated maneuvers that were impossible to predict. One small ship moved so fast that the sensors of 3 alien cruisers could not keep up. The ship fired a pulse, and one cruiser's engine stalled. The aliens had never felt such confusion. Vorton slammed his fists on the console. "How is this possible? How can such weak creatures control our fleet?" "They are smart," an officer admitted, voice low. "Their moves, unpredictable. Our weapons fail to hit them." Humans, meanwhile, watched the alien reactions carefully. They did not aim to destroy yet. Every strike, every movement was a test. The humans wanted to understand their enemy, to measure their arrogance, and with each pulse and disruption, the aliens became more unsettled. Then, from Earth's orbit, a larger human ship emerged. Unlike the smaller vessels, this one glowed faintly with blue energy along its hull. It hovered above the alien fleet, motionless but imposing. Vorton squinted. "Another trick?" he whispered. "Impossible. They are too few to have such power." The ship remained quiet. No weapons fired. Yet the alien sensors trembled again, reading energy levels far beyond what a primitive human should have. The aliens could feel it. They were facing something they did not understand. "Admiral," a trembling officer said, We cannot predict their next move. Their tactics, it's as if the planet itself guides them." Vorton's mind raced. He had faced hundreds of worlds, hundreds of armies. None had ever challenged him like this. He realized something dangerous, something terrifying. The humans were not just surviving. They were controlling the battlefield without even fighting in full. Prepare to engage, he growled, though his confidence had shaken. Show them our power. Destroy every vessel. But even as he gave orders, the humans remained calm. Every pulse, every movement, every strange signal from Earth seemed to anticipate his every command. The war was only beginning, but already the Xylar Dominion knew they had underestimated their enemy. And somewhere, the Xylar Dominion fleet hovered tens of thousands of kilometers above Earth. Their massive ships blocked sunlight, casting shadowy streaks over the planet below. Admiral Vortan's eyes scanned the main view screen, narrowing at the sight of human vessels moving with uncanny precision. They are still surviving, muttered Vortan, his voice low. And now, they are stronger than we expected. On the alien bridge, officers whispered nervously. Their sensors, the most advanced in the galaxy, flickered and glitched. Strange signals continued to disrupt the readings. Energy levels shifted in ways they could not calculate. The aliens had conquered hundreds of worlds, yet Earth behaved like a living weapon, alive, unpredictable, and invisible in its true strength. Vortan slammed his claws on the console. Scan again, he shouted. Find their fleet. Pinpoint every ship. I want total control, but the readings jumped wildly. Every attempt to locate human ships ended in failure. The fleet could not understand the sudden disappearance of a vessel one moment and its reappearance behind a different cruiser the next. Even their advanced AI could not predict these moves. Deep within the Xylar flagship, a secretive alien scientist named Kylor observed the energy readings in silence. Unlike the brash commanders, Kylor did not shout or demand. He studied. The signals from Earth were unusual. They are hiding something, he said softly to himself. Energy levels far beyond what a primitive species should have. And they manipulate it with intelligence, Vortan scoffed. Kylor, nonsense. Humans are weak, nothing but fragile creatures. We will crush them in hours. Kylor did not reply. His tentacle-like fingers hovered over his console as he zoomed into the strange readings. Each spike of energy seemed alive, as if the planet itself was guiding the humans. Meanwhile, on Earth, Lieutenant Kara Jensen observed the alien confusion with quiet satisfaction. They do not understand us, she whispered. They think this is a normal fight, but they are about to learn something very different. Human ships moved with flawless coordination, weaving between alien scanners and disrupting weapons without ever firing fully. They were testing the aliens, learning their weaknesses, predicting their reactions. Every move was precise, yet it appeared chaotic to the Xylar fleet. On the Xylar bridge, panic began to spread. They are everywhere. We cannot track them, shouted an officer. Our weapons cannot lock on. Vortan's voice thundered across the bridge. Silence, focus. We will not lose to these insects. But even as he shouted, Kylor noticed the oddest thing. The humans were not attacking recklessly. They were not panicking. Their energy pulses were coordinated with something far larger, a network of hidden satellites, energy nodes, and planetary systems. Earth itself seemed to move with them, feeding them power and guidance. They are connected to the planet, Kylor whispered, and it is unlike anything we have ever seen. The aliens could not comprehend this. Their weapons, designed to obliterate worlds, faltered. Human ships appeared and vanished at impossible speeds. Energy pulses scrambled their shields. Their communications were intercepted and distorted. Every strike, every defense seemed to be anticipated and countered. Commander, another officer shouted. Our fleet, our systems. They are failing. Vortan's tail lashed angrily. Impossible. They are humans. Nothing could survive this long against us. Kylor continued to study the readings in silence. A faint glow spread across the energy monitors, forming strange, complex patterns. He had never seen a species manipulate energy like this, not even close. The human's power was growing with each move. On Earth, Kara Jensen leaned back in her chair. She watched as one human ship moved faster than alien sensors could detect, firing a silent pulse that caused one cruiser to lose half its shield energy. The aliens panicked, their arrogance shaken. They underestimate us, she said softly. They always do. The alien fleet tried to regroup. They formed tight formations, thinking that strength in numbers could overcome the humans' unpredictability. But the humans had already learned their patterns. Every formation the Xylar Dominion tried was disrupted by unseen pulses and sudden attacks. Then, something even more shocking happened. From the far side of the planet, a large human vessel appeared, a ship unlike any other. Its hull shimmered faintly in blue light, energy surging along its surface. The Xylar sensors went wild. They could not read its energy signature. It was too strong, too intelligent. Vortan's claws trembled. "Kyler, explain this," he demanded. Kyler shook his head. "Admiral, we do not know. Their technology, their strategy, it is not just science. It is something more, something human." Vortan turned away, rage and fear mixing in his eyes. He had conquered hundreds of worlds, but for the first time he felt real doubt. He realized something dangerous. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not primitive. Humanity was something he had never faced, and he was not ready for it. In the shadows of Earth's command center, Kara Jensen watched the alien reaction. The humans were winning without a full fight. The aliens' pride was blinding them, making them underestimate their opponent. And that would be their greatest mistake. The war had begun, but the real shock was just starting. Humans were not just defending. They were showing a power the Xylar Dominion had never imagined. And somewhere deep in space, a human ship disappeared and reappeared behind the alien flagship once more, silent and deadly, leaving the aliens wondering, how many more tricks did Earth still hide? The Xylar Dominion fleet shook in orbit, their massive warships struggling to respond. Every attempt to strike the human vessels failed. Every calculation, every sensor reading, every strategy, the humans seemed to anticipate it. Admiral Vortan could not believe what he was seeing. "They are too organized, too clever," he growled, pacing on the bridge. "How can such weak creatures do this?" Deep within Earth's underground command center, Lieutenant Kara Jensen and her team monitored every move of the alien fleet. Red dots on their screens represented alien ships, and small green symbols were the human vessels, moving with perfect coordination. "They don't see it yet," Kara whispered, "but the real power is hidden." The humans had been preparing for decades. Beneath the surface of Earth, secret AI systems monitored every alien movement, predicting their strategies and preparing countermeasures. These systems were more advanced than anything the aliens had ever encountered. They could control energy flow, disrupt shields, and even manipulate enemy sensors without a single human pilot being in danger. On the Xylar flagship, sensors began to flicker wildly. Ships that had been perfectly functional moments ago suddenly lost power. Communications failed. Shield generators went offline. The aliens did not understand what was happening. Kylor, the alien scientist, stared at his console in disbelief. Their technology, it is not just weapons. It is the intelligence itself. It thinks, adapts, predicts. Vortan slammed his claws on the console. "Enough, target them all. Destroy everything." But every strike the Xylar Dominion launched was already anticipated. Invisible pulses hit their weapon systems, energy shields fluctuated, and alien ships found themselves trapped in invisible grids they could not escape. It was as if the planet itself was guiding the humans' actions. On Earth, Kara smiled. "They think they can overpower us with brute force," she said. "They do not realize that strength alone is not enough." Suddenly, a small fleet of human ships appeared above the alien flagship. Each one was sleek and black, almost invisible against the void of space. They did not fire weapons. They only observed, moved, and positioned themselves in ways that made the aliens uneasy. Then, the largest human ship, shimmering faintly with blue energy, activated a device the aliens could not detect. Waves of energy flowed outward silently, disrupting sensors, weapons, and communication across the entire Xylar fleet. Vortan's eyes widened. "Impossible. They are controlling us. From nowhere?" Kyler's tentacle-like fingers hovered over his console, analyzing the energy flow. "It is coming from the planet, from the human systems, but it is also something else, something alive. It feels intelligent." The alien fleet tried to regroup, forming tight formations to protect their flagship. But every move the humans made disrupted the aliens' plans. A small human ship would appear behind a cruiser, another in front, another to the side, everywhere at once. Yet seemingly nowhere. One pulse of energy caused the shields of 3 alien warships to flicker and fail momentarily. Panic spread among the alien officers. They had never seen anything like this. Their advanced weapons were useless. Their strategy failed before it even began. Vortan roared. Attack, focus your fire on one target. Destroy it. But it was no use. Every attack was countered before it hit. Invisible grids, silent pulses, and sudden movements made the humans untouchable. The aliens were trapped in their own arrogance, unable to comprehend the enemy before them. In orbit, a single human ship accelerated at impossible speed, disappearing from one sensor and reappearing behind the lead alien cruiser. It fired a silent pulse that disrupted the cruiser's shields completely. The crew panicked, alarms blaring, but they could not see the source of the attack. "This is not war," Kyler whispered, voice trembling. This is something else, humans. They fight differently. They think differently. They are unpredictable." Vortan turned away from the screens, rage and fear mixing in his eyes. He had conquered hundreds of worlds, yet he had never Fae. The Xylar Dominion fleet hovered tens of thousands of kilometers above Earth, yet the sense of control they had expected was gone. Their massive warships, once symbols of absolute power, now seemed fragile and vulnerable against humans they had underestimated. Admiral Vortan's claws clenched as he watched the human ships move with uncanny precision. Every strategy he had used to conquer worlds failed here. Every attack the Xylar Dominion launched was anticipated or neutralized before it even reached the target. "They are stronger than we imagined," muttered Kylor, the alien scientist, as his sensors flickered wildly. "Their technology, it adapts faster than we can respond. And their strategy, it is flawless." Vortan's rage boiled. "Prepare for total assault. Destroy them all. Spare nothing." But even as orders were given, the aliens hesitated. Something was changing. Humans were not merely defending, they were watching, learning, and adapting. Each move by the aliens was being analyzed and countered, with precision that seemed impossible. On Earth, Lieutenant Kara Jensen observed the alien fleet quietly from the command center. "They think brute force will win," she whispered. "But they don't understand us. They never will." The humans' secret AI-controlled systems had already begun predicting alien movements across multiple dimensions. Invisible energy grids manipulated shields, disrupted sensors, and blocked weapons. Small human ships moved like shadows, striking where the aliens least expected it and then disappearing again. Then, something unexpected happened. The humans did not destroy everything in their path. One human ship hovered near a crippled alien cruiser. Its crew extended a signal, a simple request in the universal language of life. The alien ship's system stabilized slightly, and the crew, confused but alive, did not attack. Vortan's eyes narrowed. "Why aren't they finishing the fight?" he demanded. "Why show mercy to these creatures?" "They are different," Kyler said quietly. "They fight, but they also preserve life. It is not logical." The aliens tried to press their advantage. Fleets attacked from multiple directions, but every move was anticipated. Invisible pulses of energy disrupted engines and weapons, leaving alien ships immobilized. And yet humans still did not destroy them. Instead, the humans continued their strategy, combining speed, intelligence, and precision with unexpected acts of mercy. Kara Jensen smiled faintly. "Let's see how they react to this," she said. Her team coordinated signals that repaired the alien vessel systems just enough to keep them alive, but still under complete human control. From orbit, a human ship appeared behind the lead Xylar warship. A pulse of energy disabled weapons across the entire fleet for several minutes, yet the humans did not attack. Instead, the pulse was a warning, a demonstration of their power. Vortan shouted, frustration rising. "How can a species so weak control us? How can they threaten the Xylar Dominion without even firing weapons?" "They are teaching us a lesson," Kylor admitted. "Strategy, intelligence, and mercy. They are showing us something we have never seen before." On Earth, the human ships moved like shadows around the alien fleet. Each strike, each disruption, each calculated delay left the Xylar Dominion confused and unnerved. Humans combined logic and unpredictability in a way the aliens could not counter. Then Kara made her move. She ordered a small squadron to assist a damaged alien vessel, guiding it back to the edge of the fleet. The aliens hesitated, suspicious. But the humans' actions were deliberate. They were demonstrating that true power was not just about destruction. Strength combined with intelligence and compassion was far greater than mere conquest. The alien commanders argued among themselves. "We cannot let this happen," one officer shouted. "We are the conquerors. We cannot bow to humans." Vortan's tail lashed angrily. We will strike them. Destroy all. But it was too late. The humans had already set the stage. Their combination of speed, strategy, AI systems, and calculated mercy had created confusion, fear, and doubt among the Xylar Dominion. For the first time in history, the alien fleet's confidence faltered. One human ship, almost invisible, accelerated at impossible speed and reappeared behind Vortan's flagship. The energy pulse it emitted disrupted all the ship's shields, leaving it vulnerable. Yet the humans did not fire weapons. They simply hovered, silent and threatening. The aliens' panic grew. They could not comprehend the humans' actions. Why were they attacking yet sparing life? Why were they powerful yet so calculated? Why were they unpredictable and yet precise? Vortan realized something dangerous. Humanity was not like any other species he had faced. They combined strength, intelligence, and compassion in a way the Xylar Dominion could not understand. And for the first time, the thought of defeat, a thought he had never allowed himself, entered his mind. On Earth, Kara Jensen leaned back, eyes on the flickering screens. They still do not understand us, she whispered. They underestimate the most important part of humanity. Strength is not enough. But strategy, intelligence, and mercy, that is power they cannot match. The war had reached a turning point. The aliens were shaken, confused, and uncertain. Humans had shown them something far greater than weapons or brute force. They had shown them that true power lay not just in destruction, but in intelligence, strategy, and the choice to show mercy even to an enemy. And somewhere deep in space, the human ships disappeared into shadows, leaving the alien fleet bewildered and shaken. The next moves in this war would be the most dangerous yet, but humanity had already changed the rules of the game forever. The Xylar Dominion fleet hovered above Earth, their once imposing ships now silent monuments to arrogance and failure. Admiral Vortan's eyes burned with fury and disbelief. Every attack he had ordered had been anticipated or countered. Every attempt at intimidation had failed. Humans, tiny and fragile by appearance, had outsmarted the mightiest fleet in the galaxy. They are not like any other species, whispered Kylor, the alien scientist, studying the energy readings. They are something we cannot predict. Something greater. Vortan's claws slammed against the console. We cannot allow this. We are the conquerors. Destroy them! But even as the commands were issued, the aliens realized their weapons were ineffective. Invisible pulses disrupted their shields. Human ships moved faster than sensors could track. The Xylar Dominion had faced powerful civilizations before, but never intelligence combined with unpredictability, strategy, and cunning. On Earth, Lieutenant Kara Jensen monitored the fleet from the command center. Her team was calm, efficient, every move calculated. The humans had learned the aliens' every tactic, anticipated every strike, and had prepared a series of countermeasures that rendered the Xylar Dominion powerless. They still do not understand, Kara whispered. They think strength alone will save them. But true power is more than brute force. The humans began their final move. Instead of firing destructive weapons, they executed a maneuver that trapped the alien fleet in invisible grids of energy, disabling engines, weapons, and communications. No ship could move without human knowledge. No attack could proceed without human permission. The aliens were completely immobilized yet unharmed. Vortan's face turned pale. How can this be? We have never faced such control. Kylor's tentacles hovered over his console, studying the patterns. It is not just technology, he whispered. It is intelligence, foresight, and choice. Humans do not destroy without reason. They combine strength with morality. This is what we have never seen before. The alien officers shouted in panic, trying to coordinate counterattacks, but nothing worked. Every move was predicted. Every reaction was anticipated. Their pride and arrogance had blinded them, leaving them at the mercy of a species they had dismissed as weak and primitive. In orbit, one human ship moved silently behind the lead Xylar flagship. It emitted a soft pulse of energy that stabilized certain alien systems, but only enough to allow the aliens to comprehend the lesson. Humans were not merciless killers. Humans were controlled, disciplined, and aware. Vortan roared in frustration. Attack! Destroy them! Show no mercy! But it was already too late. The humans had already demonstrated the most powerful weapon of all, intelligence combined with compassion. Every alien commander could see it now. This was not a species to conquer. This was a species to respect or fear. On Earth, Kara Jensen's eyes scanned the monitors. They will leave, she said softly, and they will never forget what they have seen. Suddenly, the Xylar fleet began to retreat. The massive warships that had once blocked out the stars pulled back slowly, systematically, with shame and awe etched into every alien face. Humanity had not destroyed them, yet they had won completely. The aliens had learned something far greater than the humans' technology. They had learned the strength of human intelligence, strategy, and morality. Fortan watched from the flagship, anger and disbelief mixing with reluctant respect. They showed mercy, and yet they defeated us without even firing fully. Kyler whispered. They are not just strong. They are extraordinary. They have shown us what power truly means. The alien fleet disappeared into the void of space, leaving the Earth intact, silent, and stronger than ever. On Earth, celebrations were quiet. Humans did not boast, they simply prepared. They had faced the greatest threat in the galaxy and proven their worth without needless destruction. Kara Jensen turned to her team. This is just the beginning.